Welcome, people of planet Earth and all planets beyond. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Josh, and if you've been around the channel at all, you probably are familiar with the rag bags that we open up on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Well, I'm going to show you some of those t-shirts that have sold from those rag bags, so let's get into this list. So this video is always fun because I get to pull out some of the more weird and unusual t-shirts that sold online. So we pull out all kinds of random t-shirts from these bags, and since I own them already, I might as well try to sell them. So I do, and I put them up and we get what we get for them, and sometimes it really is surprising. So let's take a look at a few here that have sold. First up is this Harlem Globetrotters t-shirt. This came out of a rag bag and it was autographed all over. I don't know who's on this. I don't know if there's any famous people on this particular t-shirt. This was from 2015, so you know, assuming I could go back and look at the roster, maybe there were a couple autographs on there that were really worthwhile, but we sold it for $20, just about even, including shipping. Not at all upset by that. I wasn't expecting that t-shirt to sell, didn't know what to really do with it, but we put it up anyway and someone bought it. Here's one that came out and I knew right away it was going to make me some money. It was this Jaws Vineyard Vine t-shirt. Love finding Vineyard Vine. If it's not vintage, it better be Vineyard Vine because I can sell Vineyard Vine t-shirts all day long. And this particular one with the Jaws on the back definitely was really an interesting piece. Sold it for 30 plus shipping, so a little bit more than just $30. So it was a really good sale here. One of the better, you know, sort of average sales that we get out of some of these bags from sort of regular t-shirts. It just goes to show you that you can sell t-shirts outside of vintage t-shirts for decent money. Here is a Harley Davidson shirt, long sleeve again. I was not really expecting this shirt to go as fast as it did. Certainly it was vintage. I remember pulling it out. I think it was on one of those days where we had a couple other good t-shirts, so it didn't really get a lot of attention. But this guy sold for $28, shipping included. Not at all going to complain about this price. This was really good. Definitely okay with this, especially for a t-shirt I wasn't having a lot of high expectations for. But Harley stuff, it does sell, even the newer stuff. People collect these Harley tees, so it's always nice to have some of that inventory on the store. Now, I don't know if you remember this one, but I certainly do. It was this cow t-shirt, this huge mega print, single stitch cow t-shirt. Probably was like a night shirt or something like that. But it did sell. I knew it was one of those t-shirts I was like, okay, this is going to sell at some point. Even with stains and blemishes, this thing sold. Did not sell actually for $24.44. I just double checked. It actually only sold for $10 plus shipping, which was totally fine. I didn't have high expectations for it. It's one of those t-shirts that came through vintage, interesting enough for someone to pay money for. So happy to get that out and help cover the cost of those bags. Here is one that came out of the bags that I was actually, you know, expecting that it would sell pretty quick, and it was this homegrown dope anti-George W. Bush t-shirt. This stuff was kind of popular in the early 2000s. This was a size XXXL, and it sold pretty quick. I actually got an offer for it. Almost like I think a couple hours after listing, they realized it wasn't the right size, so they canceled. I put it back on and it sold again for $20 plus shipping. So not a problem here. It was really dirty. I was like kind of surprised that anyone would want this because it was so dirty and it was such an unusual size, but they certainly did, and I made $20 plus the shipping from its sale, so not bad at all. So here is one that we got from a real big black trash bag that we had a while back. That ended up being full of vintage tennis t-shirts. Yes, tennis. And like lots of Wimbledon tees and other matches and stuff like that. But this one right here was like a little tournament, like a Pro-Am tournament sponsored by Penn, the tennis ball company, and sold for $27. Pretty good sale here. Like I had so many of these t-shirts that I'm totally fine letting them go for $25. It's actually a really good sale in my opinion. Probably the average price of a t-shirt out of that bag, because there were so many, was probably only 50 cents or so. I think I paid $10 for the bag, and we probably pulled out 30 t-shirts. So plenty of margin there, plenty happy. This was a good sale. So here is a t-shirt from a really long time ago. Almost like towards the beginning of doing these rag bags at all. This is back. I got this t-shirt back when we did not do it live streamed. We just recorded it. I opened it, recorded it, and uploaded it. And it came out of a bag that was full of a bunch of vintage and like early 2000s wrestling tees. And this is one of the last ones that I had left. This is a DX reunion tour from like the early 2000s. Definitely a pretty decent sale here. I mean, I would have loved to get more, but $20 plus the shipping was not, I'm not going to complain. It's been on my racks for too long. Just needed to get it out for them, you know, mostly. So, good sale here. It'll eventually sell. If it's on eBay, it'll eventually sell. You just sometimes have to wait for the right buyer. Now, here is a really interesting one. I was pretty shocked by this sale right here. It's a vintage Nike ACG shirt, but man, it was disgusting. It was torn up all over the place. I mean, I clearly stated it in the description that it was holes and distress, blah, blah, blah. Someone still paid me $12 plus shipping for it. So, I mean, Nike ACG is cool and plenty of people love it, but I was really surprised that they really wanted it at the condition that it was in. But I'm not going to complain. Alright, so I have told you guys in the past that I do lot up t-shirts sometimes if they're like a bunch of the same type of t-shirts. Here we had a bunch of Quicksilver tees, modern tees, nothing fancy about it, but I listed it for like, I think we listed like 30 plus shipping. Somebody offered 20 plus shipping. So I sold these for basically $5 each, which is totally cool. Not a problem with that because I pay $6 per bag. I got 4 of these out of the same bag, I think. So paid for the bag and then some. So love just selling some of this stuff to pay for the bags themselves, and all the best cream of the crop. That's where the profit really, really is. Even though it doesn't always come around as frequently as I'd like, certainly these types of sales help keep the party going. Here is a t-shirt that I pretty much knew when I saw it. I was like, okay, someone will eventually pay for this. And they did. It was a shark t-shirt, vintage shark t-shirt, just sort of a random like great white shark tee. Nothing particularly special about it. Vintage, obviously. But someone paid a total of $21.95 for this t-shirt. And they're going to enjoy it, and I'm going to enjoy the 15 or so dollars in profit that I made. All right, now here is one that really surprised me. You may remember even seeing it in a rag bag video not that long ago, but it was just like this cropped, I think it's like called JBS garments from made in England. This cropped like sailor t-shirt, clearly vintage, but just seems so bizarre. But somebody still paid $20 and $28.50. That includes the shipping for this garment. I don't know why I even struggled as to whether or not I was going to list this. This is kind of I guess the moral of this story is like, you just don't know. And on eBay, there are millions of people looking for random stuff. And in this case, it was this t-shirt. And I made money from it. I was as shocked as you are right now. So anyway, very strange, but I sold it, made some money. Probably covered some costs of those bags of that week. So it was great. Great. Here's another kind of obscure one that we've had for a little while. This Roadway t-shirt, very 80s, sort of quintessential sort of 80s and 70s vibe. So I don't know if the brand is anything or anything like that, but somebody paid me $22.13 for it, so I'm not going to complain. They obviously enjoyed it, and they haven't returned it, so good little sale here. Now back to non-vintage tees that do sell and make you some money. This Call of Duty Modern Warfare tee sold for $17.15. Not too bad. This is a pretty freaking modern shirt. This is not like the original, I don't think, Modern Warfare. I think this had something to do with a more recent release. But it did sell, and I made a little bit of money off of it. Not a lot, but a little bit. So if you can keep your costs down when getting some of this type of stuff, you can definitely find a buyer for it out there. All right, another one of those sort of weird ones from that tennis bag that we got. This one sold fairly recently for $28.43, but it's this like 90s tennis skirt. A little bit of a bigger size tennis skirt too, but somebody thought it was cool and wanted to buy it and got it for $20. So I was surprised, almost didn't list it again just because I thought this is just no, there's not going to be a market for this. But again, I was wrong. All right, how many of you guys remember this t-shirt from like only a few weeks ago? This Yorkshire Terrier t-shirt. I think I remember saying in the live stream that this is the t-shirt that was going to save us because the rest of the bags were junk. And this bag did. We sold it for $23 plus shipping.
I was real surprised by this. It did have spots. It did have issues with with staining and stuff, but it's a perfect t-shirt for a Yorkshire Terrier lover. So 23 plus shipping. It definitely almost covered most of those bags for that week. So very happy. Here's a t-shirt that really surprised me. It's this sort of Island Life Hammock shirt, vintage. Sold it for $16. I think we took an offer of like $8 for it, plus so it included plus the shipping. So I mean, whatever. It made me a couple bucks. Ate into some of the cost of the bag. So great, but it just didn't make any sense why someone would want this t-shirt. I don't get it. It just is. I don't know. Just goes to show you that not everyone's taste is the same, and people have different vibes and flavors that they all like. And if you can put it all on eBay, they will find it and they will buy it. So very strange. Didn't expect that in the least, but it did sell. Now, of course, these are not the only sales of rag bag t-shirts. We do have plenty more, but these are some of the more unusual, bizarre ones that I thought would be interesting. If you want to join us and watch the live stream, even get a chance to win one of these t-shirts, check us out on Mondays at 7 p.m. We live stream opening these bags. We'd love to see you there. Otherwise, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Peace.